Good morning, Dax. Good morning, Alexis and Eliza. Good morning, Blake. Good morning, Chris and Josh. Good morning, Maverick. Good morning, Mary. Are you talking about the painting art project? Not sure if that's what you're asking. Yay for braces being off. Good morning, Josh.
It's 11 o'clock.
My oldest son still has his braces on because we haven't been able to go back. I think the art orthodontist is opening this week, but we haven't scheduled a time to go back yet. So that was for my second grader, his art project for school. And my Lisbon friends, I'm probably going to do that next week. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it for everybody or just 3 through 5. I haven't decided. But I might do it for everybody because it was really fun to find a portrait. Well, he wanted to do a portrait with our dog, with Hank. So I found a portrait with a boy holding a dog that's at the National Portrait Gallery. And then yeah, we set that up, and we just thought it was so funny because Hank looks so big. And he's like overpowering Sam, so it was really funny. Still laughing about it. Good morning, Ella. Oh, that's good that you're on the top of the list. All right, let's give it one more 30 seconds or so. We probably will do a shark, maybe like way in the background because I don't want the shark to be attacking all of our little cute friends towards the front. So just as we usually do when we start a new drawing, we're going to start with a background. And this background is going to have a lot going on, but you don't want to necessarily draw it all in at first. I'm going to show you 2 things that I think you need in it, and then some ideas, and then you can add as much or as little as you want. But I think it needs to have a foreground with sand, so you can put some things in the sand, and then it sort of gets this middle area where it's just mostly water, and then way in the back has a darker area that's sort of like coral and other things that are sort of in shadow in the back. It'll make more sense when you see it. All right, so we're going to start with our paper, and we're doing landscape, so sideways paper. So let's go ahead and get that started. So we'll start with the sand part. So all I did was sort of make some lines so the sand can sort of be like in layers. You might see my pencil a little bit. My pencil was a little dark this week. But I would start with some sand like this. And then I'm just going to show you a few, let's do this part. So the back area, I started up here and just sort of made almost like these little ledges. There's no right or wrong back here. And then little plants or corals sort of have these wiggly shapes. Same on this side. Okay, so then you have, let me pick it up just a little bit. So you have your sand at the bottom, then we're gonna have a lot of fish going on this middle, and then this is sort of like in the back, and we'll color this dark, and it'll make sense more when we color it. Good morning, Nanny. And then we want to add some corals and some different layers and levels of coral. So this is my favorite shape to draw whenever I'm drawing underwater. Sort of reminds me of a Henry Matisse shape, who's one of my favorite artists. And you definitely want to frame the page, and what I mean by that is you don't want to have a lot of things in the middle. We'll definitely have things on the side to sort of frame it out like this. And then I made these two, like, I don't know if they'd be sort of corals that kind of stick up. And they'll be great for almost displaying a fish or some other creature. So you can see that's starting to come together a little bit. There's a couple more things. So I made some, I guess these are more like anemone shapes here, little tubes, these tube corals. Of course, I have all these lines that I wouldn't have usually. You guys hear the music in the background? So there's tube corals here. Oops. We're getting started. This is the background. And then one more thing I added were just these little, like, almost fern-looking corals. Now the great thing about the coral reef is all the colors. So anything you can add, like different shades of green or some pinks or reds or whatever color you're sort of missing at the end, if you're looking at your page, just draw a plant or color in a coral that the color that you need. It's all about color when it's the coral reef. Okay. So you can see now it's sort of, my area is like framed. I have things going around the sides and the bottom, and the middle is more open, so perfect area for our plant or our animals. So the music, if you can hear it, is Pearl Jam. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll talk about our first animal. Where did I put? Oh, here. My notes. So we've already done this animal when we did the aquarium, but I think it is important, or it's sort of like a signature fish of the coral reef, and so I felt like we had to have it. But I did a little bit different drawing of it, so it's not quite the same. And that's the clownfish. We know we've got to have it when we talk about coral reef. It's probably the most popular fish. Maybe because of Finding Nemo, or maybe it's because of its coloring, but I felt like we needed to have a clownfish. And they're usually orange and white and black, although there are different shades and different color patterns, but the typical one we see is the one like in Finding Nemo. And they're pretty small. They're about from like just under 3 inches to just over 6, so they don't get very big. Especially in if you had a fish tank, like if you're doing a tropical fish tank, they don't get very big. And you know that they live in anemones, and they have like a codependent relationship. They both need each other to live. They live inside of them. They use them for feeding, all of that. They use them for protection. So you don't have to, I did not draw mine in one, but I obviously included some in my drawing with the animals. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Manny. Get your paper ready. All right, so we're gonna start with the face, and we'll make a little curve here, and up with a smile, and a little face like that, and then we're gonna go ahead and draw the eyeball in. We're gonna get it all done at once. Now we're going to go ahead and draw the body. Now he's sort of, the way we're going to draw him, he's sort of like bent a little bit, like he's swimming a little bit to the side. We'll go ahead and finish off the tail here. And he has a little fin right here. All right, so now let's add some other fins. He's got a top fin here. And a little fin down here. And another one right here. All right, now we need to add stripes. So the first one is going to come around through this fin. Like that. And then we have this is white, this is orange, and then we have like this. All right. When I was drawing this on my final, I actually made too many lines. And then we need to do some lines on the fins. And there you have your clownfish. Sam. My son is taking a break from his studies. He's playing Fortnite. So he's talking to his cousin. Okay, so that's that one. Now our next one, I don't believe we've done, but I can't really remember. Maybe we did them in our aquarium part, but it is the starfish, also known as a sea star. And they usually have 5 arms, which is why they are called starfish or sea stars, 5 points like a star. However, some can have more, and some are bright colors like red, orange, or blue. I made mine like have orange dots on them, and I made them pink. So very bright colors, great addition to our coral reef. But some are also very bland colors, almost like what a sand dollar might look like, sort of that pale white or tan color. And they're also known for regenerating their arms. So if they were attacked by a predator and one of their arms got eaten off, they regenerate it so they can regrow it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, there's definitely there's some starfish out there, drawings when I was looking at them that look more real. But they don't look as cute, and you can't really see their faces because the face is on the underneath part. So I decided to go a little cute way with it because I thought that was more fun. So, hold on 1 second. Just making some notes. Okay. Let's draw this starfish. Oops. All right, so basically to start the starfish, we're doing a star. Now, if you have a hard time with the legs or drawing a star, you could always draw an actual star like this, and then draw your starfish around it, and then erase the star drawing from the inside. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and draw it. Now, of course, a starfish star is definitely not perfect, and it's a little bumpier, and if it regenerated an arm, it wouldn't be as long, or maybe it would be skinny or something, so it definitely doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so then we're going to give them some eyes. Yes, Patrick Star, I was thinking about him because we're big SpongeBob fans over here. And Daniel Bryan fans as well. That's who that is, in case you didn't know. Give him a little smile because he's so happy to be in our coral reef. And then they have these like little bumps on them. So you can do them on all sides. You can do them down the middle. You could do them down one side like this and down the other. You can make them real big and get smaller. I'm just doing some different ideas. So you don't have to copy this exactly. I also saw a drawing that had sort of like some little lines on it, like some texture lines like this. I also saw a drawing that had like little bubbles coming off the side like he was moving, which I thought was cute. So there's our starfish. Very simple, but cute, necessary. Oh, I like that, making it take a nap around the rock. They definitely like bend and cling to things, so you could have it like clinging around a rock. That's neat. I don't know what that is. Coelacanth? What is that? Is that a fish? Is it coral? Yeah. Coelacanth. I'm going to write it down so I can look it up. Okay. That's our starfish. And then the other one, the next one, I sort of picked because I know they're in a coral reef. And good morning, Matthew and Morgan. And their color is beautiful. And there's also different colors of them. I just happened to choose a certain one. But has anybody seen the show Tanked? Actually, I think this might be what Dory is, but she's a different color. Oh, a sea urchin. Okay. So if you've seen the show Tanked, it's about, I think it's on Animal Planet, and these two guys, they have this company in Las Vegas, and they build these amazing fish tanks in people's houses and restaurants and all kinds of stuff. And they always pick this kind of fish to go in the tank. They must say tang about 100 times on the show. So I chose a yellow tang, and I believe Dory, now that I've said it and looked at it, I believe she is a blue tang. So if you want to make this one look like Dory, or if not, we can talk about Dory another day. Maybe I'll briefly talk about it tomorrow, and I'll throw it as like a bonus, because this one, the one I drew, is a yellow tang. So the yellow tang can get up to 8 inches in an actual coral reef because it has nothing to stop it from growing. But in a fish tank at a home, it would not get that big. It would stay much smaller. And the yellow tang is bright yellow, hence the name. And then what I thought was really cool is that the color fades at night. So when the ocean gets dark, their color fades, so they're not as bright, probably from hiding from predators. And then they get brighter again in the morning, which I thought was really neat. But they can also be very aggressive, and I know I've seen that on tanked before, so you have to be careful if you were getting a fish tank or putting a fish tank together that is with fish, it would not attack. So yeah, you really, oh, my dogs, that's what you're saying. I think you're saying you really have to see the show. It is a very good show, so I'd recommend it. If you like fish, it'll make you want to get a fish tank in your house. My husband really wants one, but no, we don't need any more animals. They must be, Hank and Ziggy must be outside. My husband and my oldest son are working on the porch. Like they have their computers out there. So I think that's probably where they are, but I'll see if I can call them. Hank and Ziggy! Oh, Hank! No dice. Okay, well, let's start drawing this and maybe they'll come in. Okay, so our yellow tang. We're going to start with an oval. Tell him the mailman is on Birchmead. Everybody hold on 1 second. All right, I went and got them. Okay, Ziggy, come here. Nobody wants to see you. Hanky. No. Hanky, come here. Okay. He's like, wait, I was just having a delicious snack of Ziggy's ears, and you told me you can go back in a minute. Just say hi. Look, right here. Right here. Hey, look. Hello. He's like, oh, I want Ziggy. Okay. Sorry, that was short-lived. They're really enjoying their porch time today because it's so nice out. Okay, here we go. Oh, I love you too, Paras. All right, so we're going to add a fin that's going to go off the back here. Oops, that shouldn't have gone like that. Should go a little longer. And one off the bottom. They are pretty cute. And then we're going to give them a tail off the back. And then his face comes down and has a little bump and then goes to these little lips. and around. So mine's going to look weird. It's going to have that inner circle or inner oval. We're drawing the coral reef. So this is a yellow tang. And then we're going to do his eye. Maybe it's like a line here. And then I'm going to give him some stripes on his fin. This way. Go ahead. Yes, I'll run it. Okay. And then here is a side fin here. And that is our yellow tang. Now, of course, I made him yellow. You can make him many other colors, including Dory. But I will talk about Dory tomorrow. So if you want to make this one yellow, then I will talk about Dory tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So here is my final. Now it's hard to see my pencil drawing of all my stuff, but I pretty much drew the same thing I showed you this morning, but it's just in pencil, so I can erase. You can see my clownfish here, and starfish, and yellow tang. So that is the beginning of our coral reef. We'll have actually 4 tomorrow. I'll do 3 new ones, but I will talk about Dory and how the coloring you can work with Dory tomorrow. All right, so have an amazing day. Get outside, it's gonna be gorgeous. And I'll see you tomorrow at 11. Bye.